Human spaceflight has been one of the biggest achievements of humanity. The development of space programs was pressed by the Cold War between the US and the Soviet Union. In the State of the Union in 1961, US President John F. Kennedy said that before the end of that decade, the US would have put a man on the moon. He was right. The competition between the US and the Soviet Union eventually led to the first moon landing by Neil Armstrong on 20 July 1969, which was a big triumph for the US. As the saying goes, it's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind. In the first 3 years following the first moon landing, 5 other Apollo spaceships have landed on the moon. The Apollo space program was eventually stopped, due to criticism about the high cost of the program. Space travel has big impacts on your body. At the moment of takeoff, the engine has to produce a counterforce, which is bigger than the gravitational force. This means that the rocket will have to have a takeoff speed of 12,000 yards per second. This puts an immense pressure on the human body. At the very moment the engine is turned off, the astronauts will be in free fall.
There are still notable effects when astronauts have returned on Earth. The blood circulation will be out of balance, due to the fact that there instantly is a strong force of gravity acting upon the body. This means that blood will be withdrawn from your brains to your feet. There is also evidence that suggests that red blood cells change their shape in space. They become more spherical. The consequences of this, however, don't appear to be very dire. Space travel can also lead to muscle loss and fatigue. There are also some long-term physical effects of space traveling. Weightlessness causes the body to expel calcium and phosphorus from the body. This will eventually result in bone loss. Gravity is also a crucial feature for cellular organizations. So when there is not gravity acting upon the body, as in space, cells will have problems creating certain patterns. Astronauts are also exposed to large doses of radiation. This significantly increases chance for getting cancer, heart disease, and brain damage. The movie Interstellar premiered last year. Though the storyline of the movie may appear to be improbable, it's made just out of to be a not too distant future. The movie depicts the shortage of food placed in the future. Earth has run out of the necessary resources to sustain humanity. In order to sustain humanity, a special program has been set up by the US. Its purpose is to continue humanity on another planet.
Several planets have been detected that might be suitable as a new home for humanity. These planets, however, appear to be at a too large distance from Earth. By means of a wormhole, which is basically a shortcut in space travel, they are able to reach the planets. There is, however, one big consequence. When the year 1905 began, Albert Einstein was an unknown 25-year-old clerk in a Swiss patent office. By the end of that amazing year, he had published 3 papers of extraordinary importance. One was an analysis of Brownian motion. A second, for which he was awarded the Nobel Prize, was on the photoelectric effect. In the third, Einstein introduced his special theory of relativity, proposing drastic revisions in the Newtonian concepts of space and time. The special theory of relativity has made wide-ranging changes in our understanding of nature, but Einstein based it on just 2 simple postulates. One states that the laws of physics are the same in all natural frames of reference. The other states that the speed of light in vacuum is the same in all natural frames. These innocent-sounding propositions have far-reaching implications. There are 3. 1. Events that are simultaneous for one observer may not be simultaneous for another. When two observers moving relative to each other measure a time interval or a length, they may not get the same results. And 3. For the conservation principles for momentum and energy to be valid in all inertial systems, Newton's second law and the equations for momentum and kinetic energy have to be revised. Because of Einstein's law of special relativity, just 1 hour on another planet might be the equivalent of 7 years on Earth.